Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Tape Deck Media.
Step right up. Listen to the Awful Service Podcast. It's future radio on your computer phone. You've heard of Hanna-Barbera, Laurel and Hardy, Sears and Roebuck, now Doyle and Cocazello. Are you a bean counter at your boring job? Listen to the Awful Service Podcast. We've got segments, we've got guests, we've got Karens.
The Awful Service Podcast, available where all podcasts are streamed. Brought to you by Tape Deck Media.
Ruddle me this, ruddle me that. We got the riddles that'll make you chat. Oh yeah, baseline stuff been through this tight. Get your funk on, we're rocking tonight. One more time.
Alrighty, good morning, Ruddle Maniacs. Welcome back to another episode of Ruddle Me This. You might notice the audio quality is slightly lower in certain parts of this episode, like right now. The reason is this is a podcast I've been wanting to make for a long time now, and I finally found someone who would agree to doing it with me. We've got comedian Jarrod Cook. So the plan for today is I'm just sitting in my car now, about to drive to Jarrod's house, and then what we're going to do is on the way back from Jarrod's house to my house, we're going to hit as many dairies, supermarkets, places that sell potato chips as we can. And we are going to try and find as many different flavors, or I suppose brands, of chicken-flavored potato chips that we can in between there and here. Then we're going to do an ASMR style one bite, or maybe we'll have 2 or 3 bites review, and we're going to try and work out which chicken flavored potato chip we think is the best one that you can get in New Zealand. So I'm just sitting in my car now. I'm going to drive to Jarrod's house, and then we will check in. We're going to do little voice notes like this in between each shopping place. So we'll check in with you very soon. Alrighty, so here we are in the car. We've picked up Jarrod. Say hello, Jarrod.
Hello.
Where are we going again? We're going to the
Pioneer Leisure Centre.
And there's a book fair on, is that what you said?
Yeah, it's the Christchurch City Libraries book sale.
Yeah.
Once a year. Last day today. Get in quick.
By the time this goes out, it'll be a long time.
You wait for next year.
Yeah, so we were driving there, and then I drove past Jarrod, and I was going to start honking, but I am awkward in public, so I didn't want to draw attention to myself. So here we are. So we're gonna go check that out, and then I think on the way back we'll start making our stops for the chips. Are you excited for this, Jarrod?
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. And I haven't had chicken chips for ages, so it's all going to be good.
Do we want to change the flavour? Or because my flatmate balked at me when I said chicken. He said that's the worst flavour of chips.
What did he say? Did he say salt and vinegar?
He's a salt and vinegar guy, yeah.
I'm also a salt and vinegar guy, but it would be good to not do the one I always buy.
Yeah, let's expand our palates. Yeah. Someone else did point out as well that there is a lot of options. There's not just chicken, there's honey soy chicken. So I think we're going to be calling a lot of audibles in the shop about whether we're going to allow these, we're going to be purists, or are we going to allow half brands. So keep listening, folks. We'll check in with you when we've had a look at this book fair.
See you soon.
And we're back. Okay, we've just gotten back into the car from the who was this run by again, sorry?
Christchurch City Libraries book sale.
Okay, so what have you come away with today, Jarrod?
I have got very great timing. I've got a guide to Bali and Lombok, and I'm heading to Indonesia for 3 weeks in August, so that's going to be very interesting to help build anticipation for the trip.
Yeah.
I've got a graphic novel, The Secret of the Stone Frog.
That's cool.
Couldn't tell you much about that. And then
you just kind of grabbed that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I just thought I want a graphic novel, and it was almost time to go, so we got it. And then a field guide to Earthlings. an autistic/Asperger view of neurotypical behaviour, which is going to help me uncover the nuances of friendship, dating, small talk, interpersonal conflicts, and much more.
Man, I saw you were considering picking up a Casanova book, which I joked maybe, that's the next step is from all that is seduction. No, that's a good haul, man. I picked up more than I expected to. I honestly wasn't expecting to buy anything today, but here we are. So first of all, starting my collection with Mondays at Monster School. It's I believe this is a children's book. They only charge me $1 for it.
It's for anyone.
Yeah, it's into reading. I'm into reading is what it says. So I got because I liked the drawings in it. Thank you. Then I picked up a volume 4 of a graphic novel called maybe Ghost Town, or it's called Ghosted, I'm not quite sure, and I just picked it up because the cover art was really cool. Had a bit of a skip through it. Seems to be some kind of horror zombie occult thing, but happy to pick that up. That'll sit on the shelf nicely. I picked up a couple of these novels, or they're more like novellas I think, called The Law According to Merriweather and Gun Barrel Justice. They're both Black Horse Westerns. Nice little hardcover Western books, which I just thought, why not? I liked the artwork on the front of them, and if I'm not into it, I can just give them to my dad. He's a big fan of the old Westerns. And then finally, this is the one I'm really excited about. It's called The Double Act, A History of British Comedy Duos by Andrew Roberts. And it's like the history of, I guess, I had a bit of a skim through it before. It's like, what do you like TV double acts and kids shows and all that sort of thing. A cheap double act film should look as though it has been sellotaped together and boast lighting that makes the viewer wonder why the producer couldn't afford to top up the meter. So I'm a big fan of Mitchell and Webb, and I hope they make an appearance because I'm big into them. But yes, so very exciting. Any thoughts on the book for you this year, Jarrod? As you went, this is your second time returning.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Always spend a bit too long in there trying to find everything, but yeah, it's I've been getting into a bit more thrifting lately, and this is one of those things, small joys,
yes,
or small cost big joys. Sometimes.
Nice. That's the name of the episode, I think. Small cost big joys.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to wrap up here. We'll check in. I think we're going to look up some supermarkets on the way back to my house. We're going to pick up some of our supplies, and we'll check in with you then. Okay, we're back in the car after having done our first shopping trip of the day. Second if you include the books. We've come away with pretty much the two classics, right? The Bluebird crisps, and what was the other one? Ripples?
Eater Ripples,
yeah.
So classic.
They were about $4 each, I think, roundabout. We were shopping at New World, which is not the cheapest supermarket in town. We're going to keep the receipts, so we'll give you a full rundown of the prices when we get back. What did you feel about the selection? And we deliberately didn't buy things from there because we suspect they might be cheaper at another supermarket, which was a wise move on your behalf because I didn't think about that. I just thought, oh, we'll grab this and then grab this and then grab this. But then, yeah, you pointed out, hang on, let's lean on the ropes a little bit and see if we can't get a little cheaper.
Yeah, just some of those premium products. That can make a bit more of a difference. I think we might have been more like $2.50 to $3 a bag there.
Oh,
just
were we?
if I remember, yeah, because I think the drink was almost like $4.50 or $5, so you might have been.
Okay, yeah.
So not crazy.
No, it's wild how cheap junk food is. Like it's that was a big bag as well, and for like $2. You do understand why people will just buy that instead of eating like vegetables and stuff, right?
Cheaper than a real chicken anyway.
Yeah, it sure is. Man, I wonder how many chickens went into making that. So yeah, no, good first run. It's a hot day. We've just picked up some Tararua Dairy Co. iced coffee.
Looking forward to that.
I got quite lucky and got a bottle that's relatively clean. Jarrod had to select one that looked like it hadn't been. There's a couple that look like they might have been dropped or something.
They didn't look good if I had to comment on this. What are we? Bishopdale, New World.
I mean, as New Worlds go, I like this. I just want to preface this. I like this New World, but it is not the bougiest New World I've ever seen. It wouldn't be unfair to say, I think, right?
No, that's fair. There's definitely the one in like central Wellington, which is actually quite a good one, but that's definitely a wee bit bougier.
I like Bishopdale. I used to buy bootleg Yu-Gi-Oh cards from like little antique stores and stuff here. A lot of fond memories here. Any relevant links to Bishopdale? Anything for you?
Not really. I might have came out here one time when there was like a library book that was just at the Bishopdale Library, and that's almost the only thing I'm thinking of for Bishopdale right now.
Righty, well, library books and knockoff Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's the ingredients for a good Bishopdale Mall there. I do like the Bishopdale Mall. Anything that has good parking, I'm like, yes. It just needs. I think they've been in a bit of a slump for several years now, so I think hopefully they're on the way back up, because I like it a lot. All right, we'll check in with you. I think we're going to aim for the Pack and Save next. We'll check in with you at the next supermarket.
I'm going to stay somewhere very cheap, but I will walk along the beach so I can still enjoy that landscape.
Nice. Okay, we're back, folks. We have now got back with our hauls. We were telling ourselves the whole time, remember not to touch your face after touching these books that everyone's been handling. So now we're in the process of... We had to get some... I had some antibacterial wipes that apparently the bag had come open at some point, so they were dry. So now we've chucked these in water.
Are you wiping every page or just the covers?
Yeah, I think that would be the approach.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave anything to chance, right?
Yeah, I paid for a book, not COVID.
Yeah,
Jeez.
exactly. We went into the Pack and Save. Probably the most stressful parking, I think, of the day was trying to get in and out of there. But actually, I found that once we got inside, it was a very enjoyable place to kind of stroll and shop. Like, how did you feel about it?
Here's my business pitch, okay?
Yeah.
The car park was... I mean, I don't drive, so I'm not used to dealing with parking.
Oh.
But the car park was not much fun. And the business idea is you set up a little cart in the car park just selling the essentials. So it's like the option for people. They don't even have to go in.
Yeah.
And by the time they had to park up and stuff, they're like, oh, that sounds quite good, not having to go into the store.
Yeah. You charge them a premium for it, or would it be relatively affordable?
I mean, I've got a mouths to feed.
That was the funniest thing about that. The book fair is they had an aisle that was marked premium, and then by premium that meant that the price changed from $3 to $10, which, I mean,
Some were even more like marked.
were they?
Special thing, yeah.
So they were.
There was like 20s and.
I mean, I guess that is triple the price, even just from 5 to 10 or 3 to 10. We had a bit of banter with the old ladies working the registers on the way out. They seemed pretty happy to be there.
Yeah, good on them.
Yeah, no, good on you, ladies. So we're back. I've just finished wiping down the books. I'm probably going to go and wash my hands again, and then I think we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll crack. We've got 5 packets of chips. We made the executive decision. So I think in this beginning we spoke about, we weren't sure how we felt about
Chicken variants.
Yeah, like honey soy chicken. We were going to count that. We did opt to. You worded this quite well. You said that what is this brand? They were Snackachangi. They've got a Great Uncle Kenny's fried chicken, which we feel is probably just regular chicken. That brand always give their flavors kind of characterful names.
Yeah, so we believe that counts as a classic chicken.
Yeah, so we just went for pretty much the classics. I think when we go through all of them, we'll give price, health stars. Maybe we could talk about the design of the bag a little bit, how we like the design of the bag. And then, obviously flavour. Maybe crunch, yeah. Maybe structural integrity, how solid of a chip they are, because we've opted to go for a dipless run today. We were considering I was considering in the beginning, doing like a dry chip and then a dip chip, but you pointed out if you're going chip and dip, you have to go plain chips, flavorful dip, or plain dip, flavorful chips. You can't go flavorful chips, flavorful dip. So
I just thought it's an extreme extravagance. Like some of these extreme things have been normalized by modern society, but really it's just also I don't have a sophisticated palate, so I will taste one thing.
Yeah. Cool. So, and just in case anybody thinks we're being wasteful, we are going to donate these to either the hungry comedians later on, or if we pass any unhoused people, we might give them a bag of chips if they're up to it.
Some people might be both.
Yeah, but high likelihood of that happening. So we're going to take a little bit of a break, just calm down a little bit. I'm very tired from all that parking navigating, and so we'll be back to start the taste test.
See you soon.
Okay. So this is where the ASMR portion of the show begins.
Oh, yeah.
We have got our 5 packets of chips ready in front of us. So, yeah, if you're averse to, eating and crunching sounds into the mic, this is the part to turn off. I hope you've enjoyed the adventures up until this point. We'll see you next week if you're going to be tapping out now. But, I don't know why I thought this would be good. I thought Jarrod's game for anything, so we'll see if he's interested in joining. And I just thought, let's try and push the boundaries of what we can do with a podcast, an audio-only podcast especially. And I thought, why not just do something weird like chips? So what...
There'll be a market for it.
Yeah,
somewhere.
So what have we got in front of us? We have the total collection. Let's go through the prices, where we got them. Well, we don't have to go where we got them because I think we kind of found they all kind of had the same selections of chips. Yeah. So first if we're going from my left to my right, we've got Snackachangi, which I just learnt is Lee Hart's Moon TV, or his brand of chips. They were $3.99, so that was the most expensive chip I think we got today, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit of a premium brand.
Yep, premium. You let's hope we know where that extra money went. I like the packaging. I think it's really cool. It's like a monster movie, and it is a 2.5 on the health star rating. So I don't know what overseas listeners have, but in New Zealand we have the health star rating, which is out of 5. And apparently it is relative to other products in this category. So, it's about half as healthy as I guess it could be. I'm not quite sure, but...
I wonder what's in that category, because if it also includes, grain chips and stuff...
Really salted or something with not a lot of other stuff added.
They might be the higher...
So I'm looking forward to trying those. Maybe let's go from the, right to left so that we work our way up to that one. Or do you want to start with that one? I don't know.
No, let's keep building expectations.
Okay. So then second, we have Bluebirds, which is, I think of the two, you said Etta and Bluebird were the kind of classic New Zealand brands.
I think those are the ones I've seen and been buying for years and years, and some of these other brands are
and
newish.
So I unfortunately lost the receipt. Well, it gave me a fuel voucher receipt, and I thought that was the receipt. I didn't check. So I think they were about $2.50 each, weren't they?
Yeah, they were definitely between $2 and $3 each of them.
And they are both... Nope, so Bluebirds are 2 stars out of 5 on the health rating, and Etta is 1.5. Are they all the same? So 150 grams, 150 grams, 150, 150... 100, yeah, so it's all the same grams of potato chip. So then next along the line, we have Pam's, which is not one that I'd seen before.
Did you want to just briefly comment on how much you like the packaging? Yes,
let's do that. So I feel like I don't even notice Bluebird anymore because it's to the American listeners, it's like Ruffles, you know what I mean? It's so generic in my head that it doesn't stand out to me. But how do you feel about it?
You've seen it all the time, so it's not, so it's a penguin holding a chicken wing. No, a drumstick.
Yeah.
I kind of like their marketing where it's got a penguin. I don't know why.
He is the Bluebird, apparently, I think.
Yeah, he's a chip connoisseur.
Yeah. They used to have that bird as the word song as their, advertising campaign.
Memorable, if not irritating.
Very irritating, yeah. Yeah, I kind of know what to expect there because that's the chip brand that I usually go for. So are either of these your standard go-to chip brand?
Probably the Bluebird.
Yeah. So I'm curious as to whether I'm going to get converted to Snackachangi after this because I have a good feeling about it, but also, the higher my hopes are, the easier it is to have them dashed against the rocks.
Yeah.
So Etta, interested. They're all sort of. We'll post a photo. Well, you can check out the cover art. That'll be the photo of the week of all the packets of chips. They're all yellow. Chicken yellow seems to be. I think maybe in America, yellow would be the cheese flavored chips. Maybe.
Yeah, just as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking like you wouldn't eat actual chicken that was yellow.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
So, Etta, pretty standard yellow packaging. They've got a bowl of the chips on the packaging, and then a bunch of photos of people having a fun time going for a picnic or a road trip, or I don't know what this guy's doing. He's taking a photo of perhaps his wife and child playing. So they're trying to go for hey, these are the lifestyle ones. You get out and about and you do things and you go on a picnic and yeah.
Yeah, don't sell the product, sell the lifestyle.
Isn't that? Yeah, that's how they.
Classic.
Yep. So then Pam's. I'd never seen these before. They look.
You've lived a privileged life.
I have, haven't I? Pam's is sort of a budget brand in New Zealand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they look good on the packet. They're nice and orange colour, I think, and they claim they've got no artificial colours or flavours.
So yeah, some of their I'm not sure about the chips, but some of their products are actually good quality stuff.
Yeah, I always eat I buy Woolworths brand stuff. I've no problem with that. Yeah, Pam's too. I think as well. with New Zealand, I think we're quite fortunate in that it seems like the quality of our produce is quite good. Whereas, you hear some horror stories about people going to McDonald's or something in the States and it just being horrific. And so I think we're quite lucky here in that I don't think anything that's being sold to us is horrifically, pumped full. Although I have heard people saying that chicken breast, a lot of water comes out of it when you buy it from the supermarket, from certain supermarkets. I won't name any of them because that might get me in trouble legally speaking. But I saw a friend was frying some chicken and the whole pan just filled with water. So
far out.
Yeah. So yeah, have you had Pam's before?
Yeah, but I'm usually a sort of low-level snob that I'll get something like one up from Pam's. I'll get the Bluebird because you often get it for $2, and I'm that's okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've been actually surprised. I was expecting to pay more like what we paid for the Snackachangi for all of these, so I've been actually surprised.
Okay.
We only spent about $20 all up on these, so actually I'm not too unhappy about that. So then finally, these are sort of the wild card of the bunch.
Oh, and just quickly, the Pam's packet is basically 80% of it is just taken up by an overflowing bowl of chips.
It feels like the kind of, you game day, you kind of have a packet of them on the table or something.
Yeah, there's a little picture of some dip in the corner. Is that I might be reading into it too much, but are they saying you need dip because there's no flavour? Or
maybe we'll find out, eh? So then the final selection, and this one is a bit of a wild card because we don't know what the health star is. It is Heartland potato chips, and they're referred to as chicken old-fashioned wave cut chips. Oh, we should have talked about the cuts. So what are Snackachangi? Are they crinkle cut?
Yeah, just from memory, I don't know if it actually says it. They call them corrugated chips.
Corrugated chips.
They have to do it slightly differently.
They have to be different. So then Bluebird is corrugated or crinkle cut.
Yeah.
Ripples, Pam's are both, and then the just holding the bag, it feels lighter. It feels like they're a light chip for those Heartland ones to me, which do you know what I mean? It feels like it's...
Yeah, I don't know if they've
just a kind of density to the Pam's.
Just done a... Yeah, not sure.
They feel to me like they're going to be a lighter cut or something of chip, which I'm looking forward to. Interesting choice for the Heartland. They've showed the potatoes pre getting cut into chips. That's the main packaging. It really feels like they're going for a sort of farm to table. We're just a mom and pop kind of, we grow the potatoes ourselves and Deborah cuts them out in the... Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what I feel.
Yeah.
Big, long... You want to hear a great Kiwi can-do... Oh, can-do comedy. Nice. There we go. Okay. This has now surged into the lead of my favourite one.
Well, they've sort of taken off, I think, I remember when they just had a few flavours, because I think the potatoes are grown in Timaru or something. They're reasonably local, and now, last couple of years, they've started doing way more flavours. I think they've kind of taken off.
So this could be the year of the Heartland. Yeah, so it's... what does it say? It seems like, they supplied the local chip factory in Timaru. The owners decided to close the doors. Raymond opened it back up. They've got his a signature of RM Brown on the bag.
Oh, yes.
Like it's real. They're really going for that sort of like just down the road. I mean, it is really. It's in Timaru, right?
Your mate
We could
Raymond.
probably go visit them if we wanted to. Like
Factory shop.
yeah. Do you know what? This is how susceptible to advertising I am. I think higher of this product now just because of like reading that on the back. So, man, I am the perfect consumer for these.
I do remember those being a good quality. Not to like preempt you, but
Interesting choice though to not show the health rating on this one. It doesn't have a health rating, which it's apparently optional. Interesting. So what are they? So let's see. Snackachangi does not seem to state whether it's gluten-free or not. I don't think it is. It says it's small, really small text on the back. It says gluten-free. They've got a tension rating of 185 PCI, which is, I guess, for dipping. You want a firm chip for dipping.
they also have an award that I suspect they made up.
Chip with best indoor-outdoor flow at the 1976 Finger Snack and Dip Awards.
And I mean, I wasn't there,
yeah,
but I'm suspicious that may not be true.
So they are gluten-free, but they don't really seem to make a big deal out of it. Bluebird has a gluten-free thing on the front, and 100% New Zealand grown potatoes. Etta, they've got gluten-free, no artificial colours or flavours, and that appears to be it. So this one here, Heartland is gluten-free and no palm oil, which I know is a big thing for people. They don't want palm oil and stuff. And then Pam's have got gluten-free, no artificial colours or flavours. And apparently... Oh yeah, there's palm oil on this baby. So maybe that's it. Palm oil is not good for you or something, right? Or it's not good for the environment, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's the way it's produced. I remember like Cadbury was the big story.
Yes, they got in trouble, or they had to. Yeah, so I reckon I feel like this is a more premium product, so I'm going to move the order I've got in front of me. We've got Pam's, Etta, Bluebird, Heartland, Snackachangi, and I think you're happy with that order?
Yeah, that's on the money for me.
Okay, so would you like to do the honours and open the first bag?
Sure.
How many are we going to do for a test? Like maybe 3 chips each, I think will be plenty?
Yeah, pick 3 of the best.
3 of the best?
And then I think that'll be enough.
Yeah, you'll get a sense of whether you like it or not after 3.
Best before 18th of July 2025.
We got a lot of time. We got a long time to enjoy these. Okay. Yeah, what's the smell like? We're like we're like this sommeliers tasting a fine wine.
The smell is like quite strong but artificially smelling, which like they might, could still be.
This definitely smells like what I think of as like that kind of baked potato thing. So I'll grab one. Sorry, I'm gonna do that.
I don't know if I might have picked it that way.
Okay, so here's me cracking one in half. Ooh. All right, so first bite for Pam's. Here we go.
This is kind of giving me a baseline because I haven't had chicken chips for a while, and I'm not. It actually probably slightly better than I was expecting.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I have eaten this flavouring before because it's familiar. Very weak flavour, I think. It's like just it's there, but interesting. Okay, you want to try a second one? Oh, you still finished?
And how would you? I'd say
they're a crusty chip, if that makes sense. They're quite dry.
Yeah, and maybe like the crunch sounded decent, but it's also like a sort of softer crunch.
Yeah, it's not bad. I definitely couldn't do a whole bag of these. I feel like that'd be too much.
Yeah, but if you're just having a small snack, it would be enough flavour you'll get through.
On the table at a party or something. And for $1.65, I mean, you... Alright, one more, then we'll move on. Is that your third? Okay, let's see what we can
Yeah,
get.
I've got one more here.
Okay, you go ahead. That was a good crunch. Very dry. That's the main thing. Like, but yeah, for the price, like, a good amount in the bag as well. Like, it doesn't feel like it's mostly air.
Yeah, I think you're right that these would be like... Now, I'm quite bad. Like, if I open a bag, I'll probably eat a whole bag.
We're going to be... I think we mentioned this. We're going to give most of these away tonight to people in need. Be it comedians or if we just see anyone on the street that looks like they could use some food.
No one's more in need than comedians.
Comedians, yeah. Yep. Okay, so let's have our palate cleanser.
I need a top-up, actually. Do you need any more?
I do not, but I'll keep talking while you go do that. So Jarrod's going to go top us up. Yeah, so the Pam's... it's for the price. I think that's a perfectly serviceable potato chip. That's kind of what I was talking about, where even the sort of lowest end is actually all right. I think you could do a lot worse. So while he's over there, I might move into opening the ripples. So I don't think I've had these before. I do like the name ripples. I'm sure people used to... Oh, look at that. 5 cents from this pack is donated to Surf Life Saving New Zealand. So we're running a fundraiser show for the Cancer Society where we've set it up now so the comedians also get paid for doing it. And I felt quite bad putting 50% of sales go to the Cancer Society. But I mean, if
instead of 100%,
yeah.
Okay.
So now, but it's like, well, we're donating $10 per ticket sold. So like, it's actually, it's pretty generous. If they're only giving 5 cents to, I'm sure they're going to be selling a lot more bags of chips than that. But like, okay. So let's open it.
One final comment on the Pam's chicken. I feel like just as I was saying, being a greedy bugger who'd eat a whole bag, I think that was the sort of flavouring like you definitely get palate fatigue from doing a full bag. I mean, probably a full bag is enough. You would get palate fatigue anyway.
Yes.
But that flavouring, it was nice enough, but wouldn't hold up to like a large serve.
No, not at all. Okay, here goes the Etta. Okay, first smell. Interesting. It's a sort of woody smell, I feel. Like a earthy or woody, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
A little bit earthy, right?
Yeah.
Big, strong kind of chips. Nicely kind of yellow. Oh, we should have taken a photo of these before we start. That's fine. We'll maybe do a photo of us holding them or something at the end. Okay, so...
Yeah, there'll be something
I'm
fun.
going to take one out. You want to grab one?
Yeah, get a good size.
Okay, so first bite. We'll start. This is the ripples. Not a crazy strong flavour either. This actually makes me think of those Maggi chicken flavoured noodles.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad shout, actually, for I'm going to say slightly less artificial flavour, or not hugely different.
I feel like the difference is, how Maggi, those Maggi noodles have that little green, I don't know what it is, green stuff floating around in it. I feel like that, I can taste that in these. Okay, next chip.
Like the little bits of chives or something.
I guess, I don't know what it is, maybe rosemary or something. I'm not sure what you'd put with chicken, but... Okay, so let's try bite number 2. I feel like my palate has been somewhat obliterated by like eating those the sweet Thai chili Doritos, which are like, so the amount of flavouring that is in one chip of those, right? I feel like is if you had like a knob on an amp that up to 11 or whatever, that old, so
I feel like Doritos is like as redlined as it can be with like this much flavour, whereas these is maybe more like a 2 or a 3, like out of 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't think it's a bad thing, but I feel like I'm conditioned to expect a stronger flavour than it is. I'm sort of going, yeah, okay. So you want to do one more?
Yeah,
of
because
these?
one of those, I've actually already had 3
Have
of
you?
those. Yeah.
Naughty monkey.
But I will say, I totally get you on the chili Doritos. Is one of those like real strong flavors that I really like having with a soda. That's probably a bit weird, where it is like obliterating your mouth that you then need to have something to drink. But it's like oddly just a kind of nice, strong.
Yeah.
And I think like maybe the Heartland salt and vinegar is one as well. That's like it's a real, quite intense vinegar where you're like getting really dry and like physically need a drink, but it's kind of nice.
Yes. I think that would be another interesting one to do, is because I don't like salt and vinegar, so I would be curious to see the difference. And maybe we can find a salt and vinegar that I do like, so maybe in like a year's time we do another one. So let's go on to the bluebirds. Would you like to do the honours for this one?
Yeah, sure.
So these I know I like. I mean, I should say as well, the other two, I have to say these ripples left a really oily aftertaste in my mouth. Like I feel quite oily afterwards.
I think I used to remember the like Eater Ripples chip being thicker or like a sort of heavier chip than the bluebird.
I think
they
you could be right.
Didn't
They've all
seem
been the same kind of.
crazy.
Yeah, they all seem the same so far. So
Maybe slightly denser. But here we go with the
classics. I feel like this is my baseline. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, we didn't. do this one.
It is really. I think if you smell that, that's kind of just like that. Just smells like chicken flavoring. Like I wouldn't say a lot. It just is a good baseline.
It smells
They're
real
like
neutral.
The classic.
These
yeah.
two, the other two, smell more like. They smell stronger than this one. I think the flavor. Like, let's do the first bite of these. Okay, here we go. Stronger flavour. A lighter chip as well. The chip feels lighter to me.
This is the density of chip I've gotten used to, I think, and that I quite like.
Yeah. Second chip.
I'm getting a slightly more sophisticated chicken flavoring, like it's kind of like a flavored chicken.
Yeah.
Maybe I've just got chives on my mind after you mentioned that.
There's little green flakes on there.
Yeah.
Feels like
tiny hint of sort of spring onion.
Yeah, you can see little green stuff on the chip as well. So yeah, these I know I like, and nothing has changed. Of the three, still my favourite so far. This episode is gonna suck to master to get all the levels right. I think this is going to be a messy episode for the listeners, but I'm hoping they go with us and just kind of like listen to it for what it is, you know?
Yeah, or like get your, you know what flavours we're trying, get your own bags at home
like
and
hot ones,
play along.
Go through us, yeah. Actually, now that I noticed, they do have the green flecks on the bag as well. Looks like it might be... It's not coriander. What's that thing, like parsley or something? They put parsley on fries at certain restaurants. So yeah, I like them. You like them?
Yeah. They're tasting quite good, and they're like, I think you're right, that's like the base. It's such a popular brand and not really that expensive, so I usually don't feel the need to buy something cheaper, and I quite like them.
These are the first ones that I've wanted to eat more than the three. Like these three, I ate the three, and I went, yeah, that's all right. But I'm really excited about Heartland. You mind if I do the honours of this one?
Yeah, go for
it.
it.
So Heartland, here we go. Oh, more resistance to opening the bag as well. This just feels like a more premium product, and I know it's probably not. Okay, oh, there we go. Okay, so yes, definitely a different cut of chip here. Not super strong on the smell. I don't think so anyways.
Yeah,
Just kind of the same as the others, yeah. So, yeah, as I predicted, kind of lighter chip. You want to, yeah. Okay, so first bite. Here we go. They're a more twisted around chip than the others, you know what I mean? Like the others are quite... You don't get a lot of like folded ones, but this one that I'm holding here is like two kind of wrapped around each other by the look of it. So, cheers. Strong flavour. Very light chip, right? Yeah, very twisted, very sort of funky chip shapes.
I haven't been commenting on the crunch too much, I just realised, but
How do you feel about
I guess they'll be able to hear it.
Yeah.
Not super crunchy, but also like don't think I'd want it too, you know, too solid.
I like the texture of these. They feel light.
You said stronger flavour. I don't know if I'm feeling it too strong. I'm just sort of...
Yeah. Maybe I was wrong.
Maybe the first one hit you.
Maybe I got a really good one for the first one. They've got green stuff on it as well. Green flecks.
But I'm not unhappy with it not being super strong.
How much do these cost? They were $2.79. So they're still cheaper than... It's about the same, right? It's about the same as what you'd pay. It's maybe 20 cents more than you'd pay for the bluebirds. So, yeah, I could definitely see myself eating like half a bag. I mean, I could probably eat a whole bag, but I would know not to by now because I'd get like heartburn or something. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sensing these might be more resistant to palate fatigue because it's not too heavy and doesn't feel too artificial.
It feels light, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're doing a lot of things right down there in Timaru.
Yeah. Okay. Final
Fantastic.
bag.
That leaves us with
these.
one. Yeah. Another premium looking bag.
The most premium looking bag for sure.
That was a sort of like slightly unsatisfying opening sound.
Yeah,
it didn't really pop.
This really popped, but yeah.
The Heartland.
Yeah, Snackachangi didn't really pop. But look at that. I like the colour. They look different, right?
Yeah, they're looking darker, which makes you think it's maybe going to be a stronger flavour.
Definitely a smokier kind of smell.
Yeah, I guess they did advertise it as fried chicken. But
So
I kind of assumed that didn't mean much. They just wanted to sound...
They claim 1,100 herbs and spices, seasoned not once, not twice, but thrice. Alright, so this is the one I've been really excited about. Go ahead and grab smaller chips, lighter cut, bigger corrugations, I think. Cheers. You go first. Oh, that was a good crunch. Okay, now I want... Oh.
I'm getting a little bit of a tang to the flavour, which I'm not disliking. And yeah, good crunch, as you heard.
It's the most different tasting out of all of them, which I guess hence the... This, to me, actually does taste like a little bit like the batter from KFC. Are you getting that at all?
I don't have KFC a lot, so I might not quite be... I had KFC on New Year's Eve with Shen.
Nice. Shout out to Shen.
I'll tell him we talked about him and he'll listen the whole way through just to hear that one word. It's the sort of thing he'd do to me, so it's all good. Yeah, I think you're right. It's a bit different. I'm going to try one more to see if I can, like, describe this any better.
They're definitely a solid chip. I definitely do believe that they've got a, whatever it was, a PKI of whatever. I can't even find it now. Attention rating. There we go. I believe that. I like these ones, actually.
So they said Because so the KFC thing is 11 herbs and spices, and what did they say? 1100.
100.
Maybe that's a wee nod, like you were saying about that batter flavour.
My feeling is they were probably trying to
Be an unofficial KFC sort of chip.
Mm-hmm. The crunch that you get out of these things is crazy. Any more, are you done?
Alright, I'll cool it before I get in too deep.
Okay, so I like them. I do wonder if they are considered to be in the same league as these other chicken ones. They definitely don't taste the same. Not a bad thing though. This Snackachangi feels to me a little bit like the target audience is the dude who's he's a little bit of a lad, like he still watches the Warriors whenever they play
Up the wires,
but you know, he works in like maybe like an IT job or something, and he drinks like craft beer and
maybe a Wakachangi.
Is that craft beer?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, me neither. But you know what I mean? It feels like
it's a little bit bougie.
Yeah, it's siren going past in the background. That's great. This episode is going to be awful if you have like sensory processing, or whatever it is, challenges. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So, favorite of the bunch? What do you reckon?
I think maybe I'm probably between the like Bluebird and the Heartland. Like the Snackachangi, not unpleasant, but maybe not quite.
I wouldn't want a whole bag of
I'm wanting for a chip.
I wouldn't want a whole bag of Snackachangies.
I mean, I'm such a Bluebird old boy from just buying like a million bags of Bluebird salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
But I think they've got the recipe pretty good there.
There's definitely a reason that Bluebird are so prevalent, right? Is because it is a good product. I have to say these Heartlands have really impressed me though. I might grab another one just to. Yeah, like it's going to be a toss up whether I reach for a bag of Bluebird or Heartland going forward, I reckon. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, the Heartland has definitely surprised me. Bluebird is kind of, it's the sort of, this is a Bluebird here I'm about to eat. You know what? I think Heartland is my new favourite now. Wow. I bet I could get someone from Heartland on the podcast, eh? They'd probably be down.
Maybe we won't give that bag away.
We'll hold on to this one.
Yeah.
This will be the one we keep for ourselves in the car.
Speaking of, you probably like, you could contact, I don't know, there'd probably be someone there that would be up for whatever sort of thing. And I mean, if I get some free bags of chips out of it, like, so be it. I won't complain about that.
Yeah, So the more I eat of them, like, I'm sort of jumping between now. There's a kind of mildness to that. There's a smoothness to that flavour for me. The Bluebirds are saltier, and that's sometimes what you want. But the lightness of the Heartland, with just kind of the nice flavour. Like, I bet if I went back to a Ripples now,
you think you'd probably tell quite a difference now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, it's still alright. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. And then a Pam's. There's definitely an artificial aftertaste though of the Ripples. Oh yeah, going down definitely. And then Pam's. Having just had a couple of Heartland, the Pam's doesn't even compare.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. So I think
going back to the Snackachangi.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, like I can definitely imagine Snackachangi is a great party. Like you're watching the UFC or something, having a bag of Snackachangis and then a couple of good dips on the table would be a really good combo. But yeah, I'm going to give it to Heartland. Like, I would be happy just eating a bag of these, I think. So we'll finish with a Heartland. You, what do you reckon? Still kind of a toss-up between Heartland and Bluebird?
Yeah, I could probably get, like, I usually buy a lot of salt and vinegar, and those are the two brands I do.
Do you think Heartland
flicks
does
between on
salt and
those?
vinegar?
Sorry?
Do you think Heartland will do salt and vinegar?
Yeah, they do those, and it's in a like distinctive kind of purple packaging. I think it's quite nice. Real strong, stinging vinegar, but it does it for me.
This has really converted me.
Yeah, like you're saying, the lightness to it. It's just you do really sense that different texture and almost like the weight of it. They're doing things right.
All right, well, we've spent 35 minutes talking about potato chips, and then probably like another 10 or 15 in the car.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming with me on this quest, Jarrod. Hope you've had a good
pleasure.
time. What have you've got any social media pages we can plug for you?
Yeah, absolutely. On the two meta platforms, Jarrod Cookedian. I used to have, that's a new one on Instagram. I used to just have my personal account, which I might use less.
Yeah.
For not that there was anything on it before, but of separating my professional and personal boundaries.
You got to do it, yeah.
And there's more coming.
Very good. As always, I am Taylor Ruddle Comedy on everything.
The Ruddler, the
Ruddler.
Rudmeister General, Ruddle himself, live in the flesh.
I just want to quickly read this exchange I had with Harry the other day. Harry, what is his name?
Harry Laxton Smith.
Harry Laxton Smith. So I'm sort of going through my end of the year, like I'm cashing up, I owe comics money and stuff, and for gigs, and so I asked some of them it's like $2 or something. So I kind of asked them like, do you want to invoice me for it, or do you want me to just like keep it and turn it towards advertising in the future? So Harry says, you could absorb that $3 as long as you spend it on scratchies. And I wrote back, thanks, big dog. You're a wise and powerful man, a gentleman and a scholar, a tyrant and a merciful king. He just writes back, you're Taylor Ruddle. Enough said.
That's quite good, actually.
Yeah. So shout out to Harry. I'm sure he'll be on the podcast at some point.
You should do that, actually, like buy 3 scratchies. This is, and if you get a big, a big cash out from that can go to investing in something rather.
Yeah, to my bank account. No, I will re-spend that all on. Oh my god, now I've got coughing as well. Thanks for listening, Ruddlers, and check back in next Monday for another episode of Ruddle Me This. We'll see you next time.
Ciao.
Thank you for listening to Ruddle Me This. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave me a review on your favourite podcast platform. You can find me on social media at Taylor Ruddle Comedy on all the major platforms. You can also join patreon.com/Taylor Ruddle Comedy for free, which gets you access to all sorts of extras and behind the scenes content, as well as allows you to communicate directly with me and let me know what you think of the show. Tune in again next Monday for another episode of Ruddle Me This, and until then, Ruddler out.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.
Hey Ruddlers, I joined a group of podcasters that we are calling the Trailer Alliance, a group of podcasters that share each other's trailers at the end of the episodes and generally support each other. So at the end of each episode for the next few weeks, I'm going to be playing a trailer of one of the members of the Trailer Alliance. And here's one of them now. I hope you like it.
Hello, Like Mother, Like Murder listeners. I am Rachel.
And I'm Heather.
We are the hosts of Like Mother, Like Murder.
We bring you the good, the badass, and the crime.
Each week, we bring you stories from missing and murdered
to survivors and women who empower you.
And of course, some mom talk sprinkled in.
Check us out wherever you get your podcasts at Like Mother, Like Murder.
And give us a follow on social media so that we can say hi.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, bingo, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.